Good evening and bienvenue, my fond fair friends, family, and subscribers. This is your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, here to bring you yet another part of What If Asta Was the Reincarnation of Guts from Berserk. Now, where we last left off, things have been moved into shape. Oh, yes. Now, you see, Fugolion has just been given a brand new, well, I guess you could call it attachment. And upon returning home, he is met with, well, Leopold, who's asking him, "Whoa, where did you get that?" And, well, a certain bull with a talent for machinations gave it to me. It's quite something, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I'll say. Holy cow. Turns and twists and everything. It's almost as if you got your arm back. Not quite. It does come with a good warning label, but it is good to at least feel, you know, something there. Of course, it is a bit on the heavy side. I don't know how he does it without feeling so uncomfortable. Oh, yeah, by the way, we have a guest. We have a guest? Yeah. Um, she's back. Oh, no. As, well, you all know her. You all love her. Mel Leona has, well, busts in through the doors and talks to her brother. It's going, "What the heck happened? I'd go away for a little period of time, and I come back here and you lost your arm, and what the hell is that?" Um, you see, I technically did lose my arm. And, well, a certain member from the Black Bulls was kind enough to give me a replacement. A replacement. Yes. And from what I can tell, he's working on different attachments. Along as I properly compensate him for them, I should be able to be good. It should allow me to assist me in combat. Maybe not as much as my actual arm would have, but it's better than nothing. Huh. Wait, one of the Black Bulls? The misfits? The idiots? I mean, don't get me wrong, Yami's strong and all, and I know he's got crazy people on his side, but I didn't figure any of them would actually, be able to turn out anything. Uh, yes. This, was quite a surprise, too. I got the letter earlier today, and to be honest, though, the young man surprised me. Yet again. Oh? He surprised you yet again. It's a long story, but needless to say, he is this Asta. He's a good rival. Rival? Yeah. He doesn't have an ounce of magical power in his entire body. Yet, he can destroy magic with his blades, and comes up with the strangest things to counter his opponents, to catch them off guard. And when that doesn't work, He seems as if he just brutes through, just completely shatters through their expectations with his brute strength and will. Ah, it's a shame we didn't claim him when we did. The Crimson Lions may have been able to learn something from them. You don't say. Yep. But to be fair, the reason why he chose Yami was a good one. So, what brings you by, dear sister? Oh, just coming here to kick your ass for losing a fight. I didn't lose. You lost your arm. Shut up. As that whole situation begins to devolve from there. As we go on to, well, Asta, who's still at the forge after eating. Goes straight back to the forge and starts working on that thing, and Yami goes, Asta? Yes, boss? What are you doing? Working. Don't you want to, aren't you usually gonna train? Listen, I train quite a bit. I work out quite a bit. I've had to learn. And I mean, it took me a while to learn that eventually you have to do things that make you feel better. Training helps keep me in shape. Training helps keep me focused. However, it doesn't make me happy. It's work. And while I don't mind it, it's a means to an end. Doing things like this, it's, well, relaxing, I believe it's called. Yes, relaxing. And I haven't had a chance to do so in a long while. So if you don't mind, sir, can I please just relax for today, considering how much I usually do? You slack off too much, I'm gonna kick your ass. Of course. I would expect nothing less from the great Yami, he says with a sarcastic tone. Watch it, kid. Otherwise we're gonna have another fight again. Oh, now that sounds truly relaxing. As he begins to get back into working and shaping some of the finer components, says, everyone's kind of wondering, is he okay? He's usually relaxed, he's just resting. Resting? He's outside working in heat. Working in the heat of the sun on his back, combined with the heat of that thing, the forge, hammering away and shaping metal. It's Asta. Okay, it's Asta. He relaxes his own weird way. We should have kind of expected that he isn't going to relax like everybody else. Am I wrong? Like, just consider it a hobby of his and leave him be. Like, we haven't seen him do this in a while. Or at all, really. So, just let him be for today. Let him do his own thing. Either that, or you could try interfering with him. I mean, I don't mind having to look for another team member. Yeah, I'm good. Everyone just kind of starts dipping off and avoiding that whole little subject. And, well, then we're getting to Yuno with the Golden Dawn, as he kind of wonders where the captain is and has been for a little while, as they's going around through the whole fortress that they have, as some of the people begin, well, talking, and he overhears a few things about the captain's side projects and other odds and ends, and just kind of gets a bit fed up, so to speak. And so he goes to one of the higher ups stating, "Hey, listen, pardon the intrusion, sir, but would you mind if I, well, went out on my own for a little while, just for the rest of the day? I've already completed most of the tasks that I've been responsible for." I don't see why that would be too much of a problem. But why? Well, to be honest, I'm just feeling a little bit roamy. Roamy? You know. Want to roam around, explore, you're filled with wanderlust. I don't like calling it that. Anyways, would you mind? I suppose not. Just be back before sundown. As you wish, sir. As well, like an RPG fired, he is gone. He is takes off like a rocket straight through an open window and goes to find, well, you know where he's going. We all know where he's going. If you don't know where he's going, well, take a wild guess. As Guts is currently working and tinkering around and getting this thing somewhat prepared, he says, alright, I think I'm almost got it. Almost got it, as he hears a sudden tick. And he goes, shit. What do you want, Oh, come on. How did you even hear me over the crackling of that forge? I'm used to you, that's how. So what do you want? Oh, what? I can't come visit my old friend whenever I want. I mean, you could, but you never come by for a visit. Now, do you? Oh, that's not true. Oh, it is true. Me and you both know it's true. You never come by just to visit, or just to talk. You come by whenever you're feeling itchy. Oh, Asta, come on, admit it. You don't want to talk, you don't want to visit, you want to spar. And you want to spar with someone who you think can handle your power. Am I wrong? Who you know can handle whatever you throw at him, whatever you dish out towards him, and is easily able to dish it back at you. If not more so. Am I wrong? No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I guess that saves us a little bit of time. Can you at least give me 15 minutes? Why? What are you doing? Working on a side project for Fugolian. The Crimson Lion's leader? Yeah. Why so? What is it? Yes, you know he lost his arm a while back. I already gave him a replacement for it, but he's asked for a few, well, modifications. Modifications? Yes. I already have the rough design, well, the patchwork design for a crude implementation for a new type of weapon system. But it is, well, as I said, crude. An external magazine. I really don't like that. The only reason for the crossbow to have it is because I need the gravity to feed the bolts in. But I'm thinking if maybe I could get this thing into the arm itself, become part of the integrity. You really like working on stuff like this, don't you? I mean, I didn't really have a hobby for several years, so being able to actually dive into something, yeah, it's kind of fun. I could see why the old man liked it so much, as the guts side of the spirit of guts reminisces way back to the guy who forged the Dragon Slayer greatsword. Maybe the old man would have been proud. You know, we could always go visit him. Huh? Yeah, you know it wouldn't take too long. I can fly you there. We could fly us through the old village and back, no problem. Not who I meant, but yeah, it would be nice to visit them sometime. But you didn't come here to visit, now did you? No, I didn't. Says, alright, as he sets his stuff off to the side. Give me a second. So, are we gonna start this thing off properly, or you want to try and keep on escalating it like a pansy? Oh, we can start it off properly if you want. I have some new abilities I need to show off. As Gutsta just kind of goes, fine, and boom. Everyone in the entire Black Bull's hideout can feel the sudden burst of energy, the sudden release of pressure, the very common bloodlusty feel of Guts's, well, of Asta's and Guts's pure, unadulterated rage that flows from the berserk armor. Your move, as Yuno just goes, impressive. Let's see what you think of this. As he calls upon, well, his sylph. As she pops out of the book, and, well, he begins to don on his seraphim robe, if you would, his seraphim form. The ears get pointed, the green aura flows around him as well. Yes, things begin to heat up. As Asta just looks at him and goes, neat. So, this is gonna be interesting. As he gets into a crouched position, readying his blade. As Yuno takes up his stance and everyone's jumping, everyone in the Black Bull's hideout is immediately coming out to see this shit show going, what the hell's going on? Don't interfere. This is a friendly spar between me and an old friend. That's right. No one's gonna get in our way, and if they do, we break their bodies into dust. As they, well, charge at each other. Oh, the fun they're about to have. Yuno coming in with his giant wind blade to, well, try and smash it in on, well, Guts' body. Meanwhile, Guts just uses his sword to easily dissipate and break the wind. Oh, it is truly a maniacal show. A madhouse, if you will. of powers just being let loose left and right from Yuno's end and being broken and battered on Asta's end. At this point, though, Yuno gets an idea and creates a tornado right underneath Asta's feet, sending him straight skyward, spiraling out of control. Or at least so he thinks, and is about to charge in to get a solid hit. But that's what Asta wanted him to believe, going, pardon me? As well, as soon as Yuno is about to come in and strike at poor Asta, flying in the air, Asta immediately uses hang time to his advantage, turns the edge of his blade flat, and spins, smacking Yuno straight back down into the ground. As Magna just says, I taught him that. No, you didn't. I taught him that. Creating an impact crater where Yuno landed as he, boom. And he says, you're gonna have to do far better than that, Yuno, if you want to get best of me. As he rushes him. He says, I'd expect it no other way. Asta! As the two go for another clash, getting right up close to each other. Asta going for a horizontal slam, while Yuno uses the wind to maneuver around him, slamming his fist right into his jaw, only to be getting a bit of a bite back from the berserk armor. Oh, the battle gets long and harsh. That's what she said. Over and over, they slam into each other, repeatedly beating and battering each other's bodies to, well, an exuberant degree. As they both have to fall back and go, you know, it's been a long time since I've been able to actually get fun. Yeah, same here, Asta. You ready to do this? Yeah. I won't hold anything back with this one. You better not. As suddenly, Yuno puts his hands together and calls forth a giant seraphim blade. A blade made of pure wind and raw power behind it. Even if the Demon Slayer greatsword itself was to slam down into it, there would still be enough force behind the sudden release of magical energy to send him flying. Oh, crap. Looks like he's gotten this one. As suddenly, time begins to slow down. And Asta's being pulled, while Guts' spirit is being pulled back inside to where the demons lay. So you really gonna give in that easily? What did we tell you? If you give up, I own your body. Who said anything about giving up, you overgrown mutt? That's what it sounded like. You surrendering, saying he has this one. What are you? Inept. What happened to the berserker that slayed 100 men? What happened to the monster that killed 1,000 demons? As the horned devil begins to say, don't underestimate your power, Guts. Don't underestimate ours either. For remember, To bring out this armor, something was given up in exchange. A relic for a relic. One was used to remake the other. I don't get your point. Nor will you. There's never been a real reason to call upon it up until now. But focus. And let the true power flow through you. As everything begins to go back to normal, as Guts' spirit is slingshotted straight back into Asta's body, as let it flow through you. As Yuno is about to bring down the sword, Yami's getting concerned as suddenly Asta begins to release a large amount of dark magical energy throughout his entire body. He begins to release an exorbitant amount of power as Yuno smiles, saying, "I knew you had a trump card!" And brings down the blade even faster, only to be met with a dark magical energy slamming against it, countering it, clashing with it. As the Demon Slayer Greatsword is now smashing into the Seraphim Blade, cutting through the magical energy that ties it. However, that magical energy isn't dissipating nor releasing, for it's being absorbed through Asta's armor. As the sword's dark magic, anti-magic, cuts through the armor, so the armor sucks the power out of it, draining it ever more intensely as his armor begins to grow and glow. A bright, luminescent green begins to go over the darker portions of the armor, as suddenly and violently, with one fell swing, shatters the Seraphim Blade, as Yuno is sent flying back from the backlash, as Asta is then, well, what he meant to do was dash straight towards him and pin him to the tree. However, considering he has no experience with this power whatsoever, what actually ends up happening is him launching himself forward, barely missing Yuno, and somewhat deforesting the entire tree line that he went through for about 1.5 miles before he even comes close to a stop. As soon as he does, he realizes he is completely unhurt. Crud, sorry about that. And then decides to, well, dash back forward, back to the hideout. Upon doing so, he completely bypasses Yuno and everyone else again, as this blinding blackish green blur darts straight through everyone a second time, and makes an entire 1.5 mile tree line on the other side of the bull's hideout disappear. As people are now, the bulls and Yuno are now wondering what the hell is going on with him, as this is a sensual perpetual motion machine of Asta jumping back and forth and back and forth and back and forth is finally stopped by him eventually jumping straight into the air and slamming down dead center. As everyone is questioning, what the hell is wrong with you? Why were you doing that? I don't know. As they see his armor glowing a dull green at this point. As Yuno says, "You son of a bitch! What? You absorbed my magic? I don't believe it. Not only can you disperse and destroy magic, but you can now absorb the magic you destroy. No wonder. No wonder you're darting around like that. Only I'm used to moving at those speeds. You truly are great. You truly are the best rival ever." As Asta's just going, "How do I stop this? How do you even keep track of your movements when you're like this?" As Yuno just kind of says, "I'm just used to it." It's like, as Asta is just trying his best to strain his movements to the point where he can just walk forward calmly, as everyone is just seeing this guy. With every one step he takes, he's darting 3 feet to 5 feet around. As eventually he just gets fed up and just strikes the ground out of sheer anger right behind him, creating a massive tornado that dissipates in a few seconds, but still, it's quite terrifying. As he just goes, "Okay, I think it's over. Never doing that again." As Yuno just says, "Oh, but come on, think of the stuff we could do once you finally learn how to control it." It's like, "No. That? No. No." As Yami says, "Well, we know what to train you on now." I was already enough of a freak. Why do you guys have to keep on going? It's like, we're the Black Bulls. We're all freaks. You're just now you're just realizing this now. Be like, "No, it's just, you know what I meant. Relax. We'll get you trained up and we'll get you used to your new abilities soon enough." As he just sighs and just says, "Fine, fine. But I really need to finish this thing for Fingolion. Do you mind if I, as he powers back down, get back to work?" As they all kind of say, "Sure, we don't mind." And Yuno says, "I've had all the fun I think I can handle for the day." As he pats Asta on the shoulder. You're always gonna try and stay one step ahead of me, aren't you?" "I'll try." "Good. Because the moment you slip up, I'm overtaking that lead, and I'm not giving it up 1 inch." And Asta just replies, "Good. You're gonna need that whenever you become the Wizard King." "Oh, come on. I thought we both No, you agreed to become the Wizard King. All I agreed to do was just to have a good life. You want to become one so badly, I'll gladly follow your aspirations for it. But at the same point in time, I'm not trying to become the king of anything. All I'm trying to do is, well, protect the kids back on the orphanage. You remember that. If that means becoming a king, hell, sure, I'll do it. But I'd rather someone who's actually competent do it." "Oh, so you mean someone like you? You're making it very hard to believe you want to become one. And you're making it very hard to be your rival, so shut the hell up." Fine. As they give each other a friendly fist bump, and, well, they proceed to do what's normal for that day. As we cut to Melaleona and Fringolion talking and hollering at each other until finally they reached a stalemate and kind of have a friendly conversation. As they begin to talk more and more about recent events, what's going on, what's happened, the invasion that occurred, what happened during all that, whenever they bring up, well, Asta just jumping straight out of the tower, fully kitted out in this strange black armor, slamming down and beginning to cut swaths into the hordes of endless zombies approaching. As he came across the magician doing so and blasted him apart with a cannon shot. Leona is, well, very interested in this new young bull, seeing as how he apparently doesn't take any crap from people above his station, and how he's very brash and impatient, but at the same time, powerful and strategic enough to go after the main source. As it's kind of thinking, he might be useful to train, or something along those lines. And at that point, my friends, family, and subscribers, this will be your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, signing off for now. Hope you all have a great day and have a good time. Ciao.